On today's episode, we're going to talk about how to create processes that protect you as the founder of your business. And processes and documentation and all those things don't always sound fun or exciting or like something that we want to engage with. I know for me, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But when they are put in place and used correctly, it makes a massive difference. And so we're going to break that down today so I can encourage you to make sure you really have strong processes in your business that will help you protect and help protect you and help your business grow. So let's dive right in here. So over the past couple of weeks here, maybe a few weeks now, as I mentioned earlier this week, we talked about our core values and guiding principles. And the reason that I wanted to share those is it's one of the biggest drivers that allows our team to really compete, to rise above, our normal level of play, to beat our competitors, and to have a consistent, decision-making process that we use. Now, if you've been in business for a while, and depending how big your company has grown, or even if you've consulted or been inside of other organizations, you may have heard of their core, values or their guiding principles, but it's unlikely, in my experience, that this tool that was created by you or in another organization you're in, it's unlikely that it was brought out and referenced every week. And if you create something of value, but then you just hide it away, you're not going to get any results from it. You're not going to actually get any value from it. And what I realized when I first created this is I need a process where we continually remind ourselves that these are our core values and these are our guiding principles. And in doing that, it's something that has been talked about dozens, if not hundreds of times with our entire team. It's talked about in individual conversations, and just being willing to spend that time to consistently, communicate about it and give examples of how we use our guiding principles. Then our team not only reads them, hears about them through their onboarding process, but when they're brought up consistently, it allows us to say, here's how I used our guiding principle relationships first, or here's how I used, our, creative and experimental guiding principle. And when I actually use examples and, share those with the team, it allows them to be able to make the same decisions and not go, oh yeah, we have those, but I don't know what they are. And a friend of mine said to me one time, he said, leadership is repeating yourself until the last person in the room understands what you said. And I think that is such a great saying around leadership. And it's truly something that if we take to heart as being the founders, the CEOs, the entrepreneurs, the managers and leaders in our business, whatever our role is, if we take that to heart, then we're willing to be more patient and re-explain things over and over until they become truly ingrained in our organization. The other thing that I've kept in mind as I've created this process around sharing our guiding principles is that the guiding principles and our core values are more fluid than static and fixed. And so every quarter and definitely once a year, I read through it again. I see if there's anything I need to adjust or add. I will probably add, we have 15 guiding principles and 3 core values. I'll likely add more guiding principles over time based on experiences we go through and things, that we learn as an organization. And as I add them, then we'll talk about them and add them into the mix. And so in describing the process of how we share and communicate those, it's just a simple thing that we do as part of another process that we do. And I started playing with this concept and this process a few years ago, but in joining my friend Alex Charfin's community in his program, his Simple Operations program, it really helped me really solidify what we did with this process. And so we started out a few years ago and did an all-team daily huddle where we covered just blockers and barriers. So like, get on the call if you're blocked or stuck with something. That's an opportunity to talk to me, to other leaders, to other team members. Just as a team, we collaborate. And it started off there. But then as we developed it and worked on the process, we now get together and read. The call starts out with a little bit of music. We read an inspirational quote. We do breath work together. We announce anything else that's going on. We have different days during the week. We'll either show our org chart so that people know who can support them and who they can go to. we'll pull up one of our guiding principles and talk through that. We have other announcements and just process things so everybody's informed. And then we still have blockers and barriers. And then on Fridays, I share with the team where we're at financially for the month, what our goals are. And I share, my perspective on what's been going on for the week and just where our focus should be. And that process is a little bit more involved. There's a lot of planning now, but it started out with just a simple, let's all get together at the same time. Let's cover any blockers or barriers, things we're stuck on, and let's collaborate as a team. And in doing that, I remove myself as being the bottleneck on so many things because one, project manager, we're able to connect and talk directly with the team members they're working with. The leadership team saw the answers that I gave over and over, and it, just embedded those in them more. Again, it's like I mentioned, it's allowed us to continually go over our guiding principles, but it's really just a time where we all connect as a team. It takes about 15 or 20 minutes a day. Typically on our longer Friday call, it can be 30 or 35 minutes. But we're able to get, 40, even had almost 50 people on that call every day all around the world. And it's really what syncs us up as a team and helps us move in the same direction. And that's just one example of a process that we put in place that actually buys time back for me because we've created a system where we're able to cover things quickly and effectively. And now we've even evolved it even more. Each department has a quick huddle after that. But taking a few minutes each day to plan and to be prepared and to review things that the entire team needs to know, that's a process that we created and optimized and learned from other folks. Most of the things I've implemented, I've learned from really wise, experienced entrepreneurs. But we implemented that, and it's what's just freed up my time and helped me, it's really protected me from all the noise of getting interrupted with things all day. And it's just an example of when we're willing to invest in process in our business, whether it's how we're going to meet as a team, whether it's how we're going to make decisions, if it's how we launch a product, it's how we handle customer service. When we document those things and we teach our team and we review them over and over, that's when we continually incrementally raise the level of service and the standard of excellence that we have inside of our organization. So for you, if things feel like they're chaotic or you're not getting the same consistent result every time you get a new client on, then there's likely a gap in your process where either you haven't shared the information that the team needs to all know and collaborate on, or there's team members that haven't shared everything with the rest of the team members they work with. And so there's a gap in that process, and that's where friction occurs. That's where balls got dropped. Things end up just creating stress and problems. So every time you implement a process, you need to review it, refine it, and improve it. But then you also need to make sure that a team member on your team owns that, and you try to own as few things as you can for yourself, especially as the business grows. All of those processes really end up protecting us, and they help the business grow as well. And one of the things that we love helping our clients with is automating marketing nurture sequences, processes like that, because there's a ton of that can be done automatically. It can warm up that prospect to have a sales conversation. There's so much that can be done with marketing that you don't need to do a manual touch or very little manual interaction. And so we help our clients implement those things so that on the marketing side, you have processes that protect your time and help you grow the business. If you need any help with that, just reach out to us at businessmarketingengine.com. I appreciate you taking time to tune in today, and I will see you on tomorrow's show.